Hello everyone, thanks for being here today. I'm excited to introduce you to a unique and innovative Brazilian beverage that we believe has a great potential internationally. Cheque mate. So what is exactly cheque mate? Cheque mate is a refreshing alcoholic drink made from mate, a traditional South American plant that knows for its energizing properties, combined with rum, guarana, and lemon. These ingredients give the drink a unique flavor that balances between bitterness of mate with a tropical citrusy twist. It contains 7.9 alcohol, which positions it perfectly between a light cocktail and a stronger ready-to-drink beverage. It's packaged in 355 ml can, making it practical, modern, and perfect for festivals, bar, and casual get-togethers. The drinks come from Minas Gerais, a vibrant region of Brazil, known for its strong identity and quality products. What really sets Cheque Mate apart is how it blends tradition with innovation. Mate has been consumed for centuries across South America, especially in Brazil, Argentina, and Uruguay, by combining with rum and guarana, two other iconic ingredients from the region. We create a product that feels both authentic and fresh, something that stands out in today's beverage market.
As exporter, we choose the cost insurance and freight ecoterm, allow us to manage the transportation and insurance of the goods until they arrive safely in Europe. This gives us a more control over the logistic process and guarantee peace of mind for our buyers. For the payment terms, we selected a letter of credit, payable 13 days after delivery. This payment method offers security for both sides. We are assured of receiving payment while our client has enough time to check the quality of the product before paying. It's fair and trust system, especially in international trade. We choose to target 3 European markets: France, Germany, and Netherlands. These countries have a strong demand for innovative and natural beverage, especially among young health-conscious consumers. Our product, which is low in sugar and based on Brazilian natural ingredients, fits perfectly with this market trend. To export our product, we need several official documents to comply with Brazilian and international regulation. First, we provide a Brazilian commercial and international invoice that is necessary for shipping documents, which include the terms of sales and detail of the transaction. We also include a certificate of origin issued by MDCI, which proves that the product is made in Brazil. This is important for customs and trade agreements, because our product contains alcohol and alcohol certificate from Anvisa is mandatory. This certifies that our beverage complies with Brazilian health and safety standards. Finally, we submit an export declaration through the Syscomex platform. This is an official step that registers our shipment with Brazilian customs. With all these documents, we ensure the export process is smooth, transparent, and compliant with the rules of both Brazil and the European market.
I will now walk you through 2 essential steps of our export strategy for Cheque Mate. So as we say, a Brazilian craft beverage made with mate and rum. So first, the origin certification in Brazil, and second, the choice of Europe as our export destination. So first, let's talk about the origin certification in Brazil. To export a food beverage product, especially alcohol, traceability and origin are critical. In our case, Cheque Mate is made primarily from Brazilian ingredients, with over than 60% of ingredients of materials sourced and transformed locally in Minas Gerais. This allows us to legally certify our products as certified Brazilian made. The certificate of origin is issued by SESEX under the Ministry of Development, Industry and Foreign Trade, and it certifies that Cheque Mate complies with Brazilian manufacturing exports and standards. It's a key document for custom clearance abroad and also enhances the product image by highlighting the authentic Brazilian identity we use the NCM code 22089000, corresponding to alcoholic beverages not otherwise specified. This classification allows us to benefit from export tax exemptions depending on bilateral trade agreements or Mercosur agreements. But getting certified isn't automatic. We must comply with health regulation by Anvisa, meet food safety standards by the Ministry of Agriculture, and register in Syscomex, Brazil's official export system. This certification guarantees that we are not only compliant, but also trustworthy and competitive on the international market, and a must-have for entering the European Union. Europe is not just a convenient market, it is a very strategic one. Why? Because consumer habits are evolving very quickly towards natural, plant-based and innovative beverage, and Cheque Mate fits this demand perfectly. We've chosen to enter through the port of Rotterdam, one of Europe's largest and most efficient logistic hubs. From there, we'll reach our three priority markets. So first, Germany. It's Europe's largest market for organic and wellness products. Germans are already familiar with yerba mate through brands like Club Mate, which gives us a cultural entry point and an opportunity to stand out with a premium alcoholic alternative. Then France. French consumers, especially young adults, are increasingly shifting toward alternative alcoholic beverages. They also value strong storytelling, transparency, and authentic origin, which Cheque Mate offers through its Brazilian heritage. And finally, the Netherlands. It's not only our logistic entry point, but also a test-friendly, innovation-driven market. Dutch consumers are open to new experiences, especially in cities like Amsterdam or Rotterdam, which are known for their vibrant bar and concept store of scenes. Of course, entering the European Union means complying with strict regulations. We'll need origin and sanitary certificates, EU compliant labeling, and will pay import VAT and alcohol excise duties in each country. But all of that is anticipated in our business model. Marketing-wise, we aim to build brand recognition by launching through cultural events, bars, and lifestyle retailers, making Cheque Mate a symbol of energy, authenticity, and Brazilian flavor in the European premium beverage space.
Now I will explain you how Cheque Mate will travel to Europe. Let's start with logistics. Step 1. Land transport in Brazil. As soon as the can leaves the factory in Minas Gerais, refrigerated truck transports them to the port of Santos, the largest port in Latin America. Why Santos? Because it offers frequent shipping routes to Europe and modern infrastructure for sensitive products. Did you know that 70% of Brazilian exports go to Santos? Step 2. The sea transport. The containers are loaded onto refrigerated cargo ship bound for Rotterdam, Hamburg, or Le Havre. We choose maritime transport for its reasonable cost, around 2,500 containers, and its capacity to carry a large volume. Step 3. Land transport in Europe. Upon arrival, the can goes south custom clearance and are then distributed by trucks to our partner warehouse. This multimodal supply chain ensures full traceability and preserves the product freshness. Before reaching Europe, Cheque Mate must go south crucial administrative steps. First, preparation. First, we check compliance with Anvisa for health standard and in-metro for packaging. Without this approval, export is not possible. Second, documentation. Next, we prepare key documents: the commercial invoice, the certificate of origin to prove that Cheque Mate is truly Brazilian, and an alcohol analysis that meets European standard, Syscomex. Syscomex is the next step. Everything goes through Syscomex, Brazilian digital platform. We declare the NCM number 22081900 and hope for a green channel for quick custom clearance. Otherwise, the red channel mean a physical inception and risk to have an
another delay in the shipment. Transport. Once approved, the product is sent to Santos by truck and then shipped to Europe. We work with certified logistic provider to avoid delay, a real challenge in Santos, which is often congested. Arrival in Europe. Finally, upon arrival in European customs apply a 10% alcohol tax. This is where our CE5 Rotterdam strategy is beneficial. We control costs up the destination port.
Alright, now let's take a closer look at the fiscal and regulatory side of our export strategy. The good news is, in Brazil, alcohol export benefit from import tax exemption. We are not subject to major federal taxes like API, ICMS, which help us make our product more competitive internationally. That said, there are still some smaller fees, especially related to packaging, insurance, and logistics, which can add up, particularly with multimodal transport, which is often necessary in Brazil. Now, even though Brazil has a reputation for having a complex and bureaucratic tax system, exports are actually encouraged and facilitated by the government. Tools like Syscomex, the digital trade platform, help us centralize export documents and speed up custom procedure. On the institutional side, three main players are involved. First one, MEPA, which certifies food and beverage products. Second, we have Anvisa, which ensures health and sanitary standards. And third, we have the Receita Federal, which handles custom clearance and export documentation. Once our product arrives in Europe, then we are dealing with import tariffs, excise duties based on alcohol content, and VAT, which is currently around 19%. In total, these fees must be factored in when we calculate our final retail price and profit margin. Now on to something a bit more exciting, our launch strategy. We want to make a bold, culturally relevant entrance into the European markets. The idea is to organize tasting events during a Brazilian or Latin American festival in major cities. For example, we have the Levage de la Madeleine Festival in Paris. Will be a perfect setting because it draws thousands of visitors every year and celebrate Brazilian culture. At this event, we will offer live tasting of checkmate, served chilled with a slice of lime, along with Brazilian music and visual that highlight its natural, energetic ingredients like mate and guarana. To amplify our presence, we'll collaborate with influencers on TikTok and Instagram, especially those in the cocktail, travel, or lifestyle space, ideally with a connection to Brazil. Their audience are exactly who we are targeting, young and urban customers who are open to trying new, healthy and exotic drinks. In the end, we don't want people to just see checkmate as another beverage, we want them to see it as an experience. A taste of Brazil in a can, something that brings energy, freshness and a unique identity to every moment. Now, obrigado for your attention, and remember, checkmate isn't just a drink, it's Brazil's way of saying checkmate to boring cocktails.